One of the coolest things about being a crypto, a DeFi coach is being able to actually change someone's life and see their situation improve. And throughout what I do, obviously the core point of my teaching is how to monetize your portfolio, right? Use the crypto you already own to bring an active income that can either cash flow into your life, your lifestyle, or buy you more assets, whatever it may be, to monetize your portfolio, essentially earning dividends at a crazy high APR off of the crypto you already own. But I think it's not always about how much you make. Sometimes it's about how much money you can save, knowing how to operate and navigate DeFi efficiently. Whether that's something like how much money you can save on swaps, how much money you can save on transactions, just knowing where to go, what blockchains to use, etc. To where I've seen people rejoice when I can show them they can buy X amount of thousands of dollars of an asset and it cost them $1 or $2 versus the couple hundred they were paying on Coinbase. But I think one of the coolest things that I've done to help change someone's life is when someone, like I have someone in mind, and as they watch this video, they'll probably know I'm talking about them. But a lot of what I teach is how you can borrow against the assets that you own as well. And you can use this to change your life. But something quite interesting that is a more common situation than you might think is someone that has quite a bit of crypto, let's just say $100,000, $200,000, but they also have some debt. They have debt, whether that's business debt or credit card debt. It's something where, Dave Ramsey would be pissed. Why do you have all this Bitcoin and you have all this debt? Doesn't make any sense, right? One of my 10K Fast Track members is a gym owner. And simply put, the business had a multiple 5-figure debt, which he has to pay every single month. And it had a pretty nasty APR, I think, with it as well. And just interest he was paying. And what I was able to teach him to do is to take a bunch of the crypto he had, lots of Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And not only do we borrow against that and start running liquidity pools that are making him income, but we're able to borrow against his Bitcoin using Aave, right? And pay off the debt to the business. And so now he no longer has payments he has to make every month on this business, and he's not paying that predatory APR that he had on that as well. I'm not saying it was super predatory like a crazy car APR, but it wasn't low. Borrowed against his Bitcoin, like 4% APR, and now on chain, he has debt tokens against his Bitcoin, of course, but he has no payment schedule. It's something where long term, that Bitcoin alone is going to pay off that debt for free. And he's no longer having to make payments each and every single month. It's no longer something that he has to deal with. And so again, just my expertise in DeFi, knowing how to navigate and use and get you literally anything you want out of your portfolio, was able to wipe his TradFi debt clean. No payments, no crazy APR, 4% on Aave. So that balance he borrowed to pay off that debt completely is growing at about a 4% APR. But I'm sure most of us believe, especially over time, Bitcoin's going to beat that 4% APR rate. Bitcoin goes back to all-time high. He can sell that Bitcoin, and he's paid off that loan now for free. He also has more borrowed capital that is in liquidity pools, and it's building an active income for him. He can use that to either, right now at these prices, probably buy more assets, more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, etc. Or he could also use that just to channel down and pay down that debt. I'd recommend doing that when the market's a little hotter. Right now when we're low, just buying more assets that he believes in long term. Stacking those for the future. It's crazy how you can use DeFi to change your life. Use long-term assets. Invest in those, of course. And you could borrow against those and do things like create an active income, run an on-chain business. You can use that debt to pay off other debt. If you have a car, a loan open, and you're paying some crazy 12, 15, I've seen 24, I used to sell cars, I've seen 24% interest on a car. Insane. You could borrow against your Bitcoin at like 4%, pay it off. Now your car is paid for by your debt on chain, and you can make those payments whenever you like. There is no schedule. There is no monthly payment. You just have to maintain your balance of your collateral and that health ratio, that loan to value ratio. Keep it under 75, 80%. You shouldn't go to that. You should keep it under 30, 40%, by the way. But it's just, sometimes I'm so deep down the rabbit hole that I forget this stuff isn't common knowledge I wanted to share. That is an amazing feeling And during his onboarding call, we were talking a lot about, borrowing, use that to run liquidity pools. And I was like, hey man, this is an option for you that in your situation with the size of the debt, I think this is a great opportunity you can borrow against the Bitcoin, and it will free up that $1,000, $2,000 a month payment that you were having to make. And now that $1 to $2K that he had, that he make payments on every single month, with a lot of that being interest, can just go straight into assets, can go into liquidity pools, can go into taking care of his kids, his family, can go into life. Crypto and DeFi will buy you freedom. You just have to learn how to use it. And if you want to work with me, if you're someone that you have a bunch of crypto, maybe you have a bunch of debt as well, and you want to learn how to wipe that debt completely clean using your crypto, day one, click the link down below and work with me. If you don't have any debt, but you have a bunch of crypto, and you want to learn how to monetize it to physically and tangibly change your life, click the link down below. Book a call with me. We'll get you inside the 10K Fast Track. And that is something that, again, I specialize in. And I love doing each and every single day. Guys, the mastermind is coming up at the end of August. Don't miss it. Be there or be square. And if not, I'll see you in the next video.